WXII 12 News at 6 starts right now.
6 candidates, 5 days. Presidential candidates are running out of time to win your vote. 2 Democrats stopped in the triad today. What they say they want to do in the White House.
Plus, could there be a coronavirus outbreak in the state of North Carolina? We speak with a local medical expert about the risk and what you and your family can do right now.
Serving up cups of joy when Moji Coffee is going to open its newest location.
First at 6, a reminder, it is still February, it is still winter, and if you didn't like today, it's only going to get colder.
It is close to freezing in Boone right now. There's even a little bit of snow on the ground in some locations.
And we could see temperatures dipping into the 20s overnight. On top of that, there's the wind to talk about. Let's get to Chief Meteorologist Lainey Pope.
It has definitely been a cold day out there. The wind definitely making it even colder. Our temperatures are in the 30s and 40s right now. So we're at 44 in Greensboro, 45 in Winston-Salem, but just above freezing in Galax. But the feels like temperature, that wind chill, is at 25 in Galax, 40 in Burlington, and it feels like it's in the upper 30s in Greensboro. The wind has been blowing all day long at about 10 to 20 miles an hour with higher gusts, especially in the mountains. And that's where we have seen some gusts anywhere between 30 to 60 miles an hour. These are some of the peak wind gusts reported across that area today. And we are still under a wind advisory for at least another hour in the mountains. And then the wind should come down a little bit, but it's still going to keep things very cold. We have had a lot of sunshine out there today. You can see where the cold air is, but if you look northwest, you're going to see another fast moving weather system that has with it snow. So there is a chance of more snow in our mountain communities. So another winter weather advisory has been put up for Grayson County, Ashe, and Watauga County, and that is for measurable snow during the day tomorrow that continues into Saturday. Meanwhile, everybody else, cold. 28 in the Triad, 24 in the foothills tomorrow morning.
Lainey, thank you. Commitment 2020, now just 5 days to go until North Carolina's primary election, also Super Tuesday, and more than half the candidates running for president are set to be in our state between now and then.
But those visits actually kicked off today. Amy Klobuchar spoke at a round table in Greensboro, and Bernie Sanders rallied supporters in Winston-Salem.
Bill O'Neill and Leanne Denier have team coverage from both of today's campaign stops. We will start with Leanne on the campus of WSSU.
In an energetic rally at Winston-Salem State University, the senator asked for 3 things: help him secure the nomination, defeat Trump, and then stand with him as he begins to transform the country. In his rally today, he outlined his plans for how he says he will. In front of some 1,400 people, the senator from Vermont outlined his plans should he become the next president of the United States.
This administration together is going to look like America. In all of our beauty, in all of our diversity.
The crowd cheering for his plans to build more affordable housing, to invest in education and teachers, to take action on health care, and...
Well, turns out that one of the things you could do by executive order is to legalize marijuana in every state in the country.
Sanders spoke with us one-on-one about what makes North Carolina unique this election year.
It's in a very important place. Number one, obviously, it's part of Super Tuesday. It has a lot of delegates to the Democratic National Convention. It is a diverse state. So it plays a very important role, and we have spent a lot of time and energy staffing here in North Carolina. We've got a good grassroots movement here, and I think we're going to do pretty well.
His message resonating with some in attendance.
I think it's incredibly inspiring. It's good to see someone recognize the value of the youth.
So he definitely have a lot of my support. Not saying I know who I'm going to vote for yet.
We're building a movement here to make changes, systematic changes in the United States, which we need. Our system is not working for everyone.
North Carolina votes with Super Tuesday states next week. Senator Sanders challenged his supporters to break records on Super Tuesday. He says he wants to see the largest voter turnout the state has ever seen. The campaign heads to Minnesota next. In Winston-Salem, Leanne Denier, WXII 12 News.
Thank you, Leanne. Continuing our team coverage now, Amy Klobuchar speaking in Raleigh at this hour, getting ready for a town hall hosted by Fox News Channel.
The Minnesota senator spent part of the day in the Triad. Bill O'Neill joins our team coverage now from Greensboro.
Senator Klobuchar makes her first North Carolina campaign stop here in Greensboro just days before Super Tuesday. And the latest poll shows she is clearly the underdog. Good morning, Senator.
So, hi there. Good to see you.
The Minnesota Democrat toured the famous Woolworth's lunch counter at Greensboro Civil Rights Museum.
The course of America changed when it comes to civil and human rights.
Then spent nearly an hour discussing voter ID, gerrymandering, and other voting rights issues, including her own legislation.
A bill to automatically register every kid to vote when they turn 18 in the country. And there's actually no reason that we shouldn't be able to do that.
The latest North Carolina poll shows Biden, Bloomberg, and Sanders in a virtual tie for the lead, each one with roughly 20% of the vote. Klobuchar is in single digits. The Midwestern Democrat is considered one of the moderates in the race. She wants to expand Medicare but not ban private insurance. Democrats looking to defeat President Trump say she gives them a better chance.
My personal positions are to the left of her, but I think someone more moderate would probably be more helpful in getting this country on the right track.
You don't think someone like Sanders can win?
I have my doubts.
She seems to sit in a pocket that works for me. In other words, she's not way out there. I think she gets things done.
Klobuchar talked about the difficulties women candidates face trying to raise money and what she did about it.
And I started calling everyone I knew in my life. I looked through and just figured out who could help me. And that is when I set what is still an all-time U.S. Senate record. I raised $17,000 from ex-boyfriends. And as has been...
I am really impressed by her. I have already early voted and I did not vote for her, but it would not mean that I don't think she could be a great first woman president.
She's clearly a learner, which is something that we need more than ever. She's a person that's willing to listen, to talk to people, to figure out different perspectives, and that's just something that's so important in today's politics.
It's an exciting time. As much as maybe the debates seem a little bit like slugfests, I want you to remember what an exciting time this is in our politics when you think of that lunch counter and you think of the march that has continued.
Senator Klobuchar says she was recently in Greensboro for the funeral of Kay Hagan, who she describes as her best friend in the U.S. Senate. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.
Thank you, Bill and Leanne. And this is just the start of campaign visits from presidential hopefuls between now and our primary on Tuesday, including Amy Klobuchar and Bernie Sanders, who came today. Every single person on your screen either has or will campaign in our state at some time between now and the next 5 days, hoping you will vote for them.
Saturday is the last day for early voting in North Carolina. Polls are open from 8 a.m. until 7:30 p.m. tomorrow, and then again from 8 until 3 on Saturday. North Carolina's primary, part of Super Tuesday this year. Voters in more than a dozen states cast ballots on that day, so a lot of delegates will be up for grabs. But South Carolina's primary is up first. It is scheduled for this Saturday. And if you want to hear from candidates in local races before your vote, look for the candidate profiles on our website, WXII12.com. We have them all on our politics page.
All right, now a person in California is being treated for the coronavirus. Doctors have no clue how this person got it. They say the person has been infected, did not travel overseas, and has not had any contact that they're aware of with anyone who is infected. Health experts say this could be the first case of community spread coronavirus in the United States. The CDC is confirming 60 cases nationwide, and health experts are warning the virus could spread well beyond that and soon.
Now, folks, there haven't been any coronavirus cases in North Carolina, but doctors are encouraging people to prepare just in case.
Steve King earlier today spoke with a doctor at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center. He joins us now. Steve, what is that doctor's message tonight?
Well, Dr. Christopher Ohl here at Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center says if the virus continues to spread at its current rate, it's very likely that someone here in North Carolina will contract the coronavirus. He says if that does happen, though, local communities would likely be able to handle any such outbreak. Now, he says the virus has a 1% mortality rate. More people would be affected by canceled events in North Carolina than the virus itself. Dr. Ohl says hospitals around the country, including Wake Forest Baptist Medical Center, are stocking up on supplies right now, making sure they have plenty of staff members for the coming months and setting up backup plans to treat more patients than usual if need be. He says he would not be surprised if the virus lingers for another year or two. In the meantime, he says the Triad would be able to overcome a possible outbreak similar to how other American communities have overcome pandemics in the past.
What can people do right now? Well, the first thing is don't panic. We've actually lived through this, and to some extent in 2009 when the swine flu came through, and we all did fine, actually. And yes, there were some schools that got closed and some events that didn't happen, but it was short-lived, and it turned out it ran its course fairly quickly.
Right now, people are stocking up on supplies because of the virus. Managers at Forsyth Medical Supply in Winston-Salem say they're out of masks. They're running low on latex gloves, and they're selling way more hand sanitizer and full protective gowns than usual. But Dr. Ohl says the best thing you can do to protect yourself from the coronavirus is to wash your hands regularly and put disinfectants on surfaces around you. Reporting live in Winston-Salem, Steve King, WXII 12 News.
Good advice, Steve. Thank you very much. And with all the talk nationally about the coronavirus right now, a reminder, it is still influenza season. 15 people died from the flu in North Carolina in just the last week. There have been 115 flu-related deaths in our state since the season began in October.